Shafele scheme Sakuchila Flames, and this is the Flame Show. With another one, special one. Guest namhlanje kwamina kudala ngifuna ukuyazi before ngiba nale show. Ngihlala ngizibuza ngayo ukuthi gazi umuntu onjani personally, why abuye ngathi strong kanje, why enza izinto ezenzayo ngoba ngiyazi position abuye yikho lula, but usisa ngathi strong ngani, strong kakhulu. Uyangithusa nami, so I always wanted umazi nami personally. Unjani sisi?
Ngiyaphila wena njani?
Ngiright kakhulu. I'm happy ukuthi finally izenze Ireland.
No, thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
So tshela ke ongazi ubukela ukuthi siphethe bani namhlanje ubani sisi? And wakuphi?
Mina ngu-Angel ngoka Khanyile. Ngihlala khona la eSakhile eSimendeni. Engikhuleni nabo bangazi ngoThembi because kusekhaya la obviously. Then you will get people knowing me as uThembi. Abanye bangazi ke ngo-Angel. But yeah, ekhaya kuseSimendeni.
Okay, so wena ukhule ekhaya njani? Ukhule nobani ekhaya?
Okay. Ngikhuliswe ugogo mina mangi khula because I think umama ukuthi akakwazi ukukhuluma futhi akezwe endlebeni. So must communicate nomama would use a sign language. And because back in the days while growing up, ngangekho sure kahle ukuthi kuyenzakalani, but I felt like people with disabilities, they had limited rights, you understand?
Yeah.
Because growing up, my mother was earning a disability grant. But every time my grandmother will have to go with her, obviously for interpretation as well, or translation. But again, documents was sign. She was not going to be able to sign anything or even that happened until and at some point it stopped. So because of that situation, then I was literally raised by my grandmother, and we began guide, we began show would see everything is well prepared. And my grandmother was very strict. Strict. She was a fighter. I think right now are things that I have learned from her. You know, I remember being no good see rent, you know, it be very expensive. At the time I did not even know what they can apply with Baba Maloma indigents. I complain with Municipality agayihlisi imali rent, and then she would say, kuduza lapha edrawing line kunencwadi ozoyithola bhala nail spray yabona. I did not even understand ukuthi ngibhala ini, so ugogo bengakwazi ukubhala, angakwazi ukufunda as well. So bengimenzela lezo zinto lezo. So I think lento yokubona ukuthi you can fight by writing to a nail spray, by writing a pretoria. Futhi uyakhumbula back in the days we did not even have ama computers here. So everything is yenzayo sasilinda ama document akuthiwa buye ePitori. No Municipality, you apply whatever documentation, you wait for it, is a ibuye. And I would say my upbringing was very challenging. I really don't want to lie. Because when you are raised by a grandmother, then you must understand that person is earning in a social grant. At the same time, umama uthole disability grant. So akekho umuntu osebenza ekhaya. So basically kusho ukuthi kuhlanganiswa from le mali ye grant ukuze izinto zikhona ukuthi zenzeke. And that is I know days ukuthi there were days la besilala khona ekhaya singadlanga, you understand? There were days futhi la besilala khona sidla ipapa namanzi anoshukela or isikhokho netiye. And I do believe there are some families that go through lezo zinto lezo even today, because I normally speak about this Magnama event, especially event like your Angel Khanyile Foundation. This is one of the things as I decide to growing up, because bengibona ukuthi ekhaya masibhekene naleso simo ne, you would wish ngazi kungavela a good Samaritan as on rescuer, you understand? And also nobody comes, you know. You look at the door expecting a knock, and nobody comes. So when you look at those situations, okula ngaphansi kwazo I think yizo futhi ezikushapeayo ukuthi mase ngimdala and mina thought I was going to be a millionaire, unfortunately.
You look like a millionaire, sure, top CEO.
Not yet, but yeah, I'm going there.
Right.
Yeah, so I thought I'm going to have a lot of money and assist bonke abantu abantulayo, assist my child-headed household, because bengibona ukuthi kuyabanzima and abantu bayadinga abantu that are going to come to their rescue but bangafiki. I then started by masengisebenza as a counselor, because we're seeing to establish my relationship with some business people and people around town as well. Then I started collecting icathulo zesikole as ama donations. Sihambe siyodonate esikoleni. We had our programs also collecting ama sanitary towels. Sihambe siyodonate esikoleni. I think during COVID, we were also very fortunate because as seasons we Angel Khanyile Foundation, apart from these two was mentioned we're trying to address hunger issues in the townships. Though those programs are not sustainable because without a donation, there's nothing you can do. But we had a donation, I think another one from my friends with us now in Taiwan. They gave us, I think it was about 50 food parcels, if not 60, for 60 families. So it should be different, 10 kg of maize meal and other things, the basic things as it's at Dingagala. Then we donated to them. We also had another church that is based in America, but they have branches here in South Africa. They donated a lot of money as well. I think through that initiative, we're able to cater for my families, I 480. And we also had another donation from Municipality. Then what we normally do, we identify those families and ask abantu sebenza now, or members of the community as well, leaders in the community, or church leaders. We do have people in our church. Please submit their list. And initiative targeted to specific people or aligned na liphi qembu. I really don't think when it comes to issues of gudla, one must not even look at that, because isiso asinakuthi umuntu associate na liphi qembu. Isiso asinakuthi wazibani awazubani masolambile nje ulambile. So that is what we did. Another thing that I want to talk about, I think it's an issue and I'm also quite, I don't say passionate, but it's an issue and I can't really go if I'm given such a platform without even talking about it. While growing up, I did not even know my father, until I was 28 years. My mother had pictures like Kaya. We had also addresses zokuthi ubaba uhlala phi, but nje ngingakaze ngize ngimbone. And what I have noticed in our communities, we're having lots and lots of broken kids because of Leon. This thing, it creates a void that no one can actually be able to fill. Because as a child, you always wonder, where is my father? Maybe at times in the family, you'll have an uncle ngobaba. And now you will remember so because those things they come back, and the void grows also. Trip and the car, they are unable to pay. And impahla ezingenile kuba nefashion engenayo. You will remember bomashwabana. I'm that old. Amadelela and whatnot. Abantwana bonke mabagqoke into etrendayo isimo ekhaya siyala. You understand? And mokulokuhamba isikhathi, because ekhaya bayachazela ukuthi angeke uzuthole yonke into. So kwenza izinto ezibalulekile lezi ezinye they can wait. Masazi ukuthi you've paid your school fees, when you inform right to go to your school, and that is more than enough. And another thing is ukuthi projects ebengikhuluma ngayo icathulo zesikole ukuthi I had a December ebengiwaspenda on a Christmas day ngigqoke iroko like a Christmas, maybe you can't dress ngicathulo zesikole kusho ukuthi ugogo usezithengele the following year. Uyabona? So nami ngiyenze njalo ukuthi mhlambe zingavala ngoDecember zizezivale nangoJanuary, because I have been down that road before. But another thing engiyinotisile ukuthi lezo zinto lezo sometimes kuba yi-void that you also learn to live with. Because when I was 28 years, I tried to look for my dad. Ngamthola. And benginalento ukuthi ngifuna ama-answers.
Yeah, but
Maritzburg, a KZN. But what I noticed, the more ufuna ama-answers, the more ba-explainela, it's the more it does not make sense. You understand? Uzufise ngazathi kuba ngimfunanga, yabona. He was very happy, he was very welcoming, echaza ukuthi bayenzakalani. You want to try and understand ukuthi still noma ngabe zenzakale lezi zinto lezo, why did he wait for 28 years kuze kube yimina osukumayo, why yena angezanga? My king, ngamthola ke anabantwana abathathu. I have a sister and 2 brothers, and we get along very well sisonke. But what I have noticed ukuthi, to get this relationship where it is right now, it was a very difficult transition, because there were times where there's communication. Okay, ubaba naye akazukhuluma njengomama and akezwe endlebeni, but we use sign language, masibonana, and obviously mangekhe eduze we text one another because you can't call him.
Yeah.
But for the longest time, I felt like ubaba kangithandi, you understand? But angikhoni futhi uku-understand ukuthi yini le eyenza ukuthi ngithi akangithandi, because uyangifonela, uyangibhalela text, angibuza ukuthi unjani, yabona, how is everybody at home and what not. But I always had that thing ukuthi nje still noma ezama but ngifeel like akangithandi. And then I had to sit with myself ngizibuza ukuthi if bekangeza kimi athi ukuze ubone ukuthi ngiyakuthanda ufuna ngenzeni, bengengikhona futhi nokuphendula lokho, because thando lobaba ngilazi, we understand. So basically ngifuna into engayazi. Mawufuna into engayazi noma ingaba lapha ngomehlo akho ngeke uzokhona ukuyi-identify because into ongayazi. I then decided ukuthi I think I needed to take a break from the whole relationship ebese ngiyibuildile nabo. I think I did for a good 6 months. Nginga-communicate nabo, ngacela ngicela bangiphe space. Ngaba nalento ukuthi yeah, mangiqeda ukubathola. I think this khuluma nje for about a year. But mangirealize ukuthi the more ngikhuluma nabo ngifeel ngazathi ngiba distracted kakhulu, you understand? Ngoba lo muntu seyakhona empilweni yakho, but at the same time ufeel ngazathi he's not doing enough. And you're also conflicted because you are asking yourself ukuthi mangakubuza ukuthi ufuna ngenzeni. You understand? It's not like when I was still maybe a little girl, please buy me ice cream or maybe those things would have been enough. But I figure saying 28 years already saying as a and saying to lean to any job and kazi we understand. Or you feel ukuthi no man, I can do this on my own. But at the same time, because saying I'm taller, how do I make sure ukuthi I sustain the relationship at the door, you understand, and sustain the relationship that now we have created. Then I took a break for 6 months and I started with buying space. I stopped communicating with all of them. Really 6 months sometimes you don't need to look at other people and want to blame everyone for how you are feeling about certain things. You need to also try and deal with them internally and find closure. Right now I'm ready to move on. Then you can open that door again. Then the decision that I took about good team, there is nothing about that he can do right now that can make up for the lost time. You understand? But maybe what we can do is to try and forge a relationship from where we are and then going forward without any expectations as well. Because this thing you go, I don't want to call it expectation, but hence I said I wanted him to love me. But at the same time, I did not know how was he going to do that. Because Mansekaya, I feel at home, honestly. I feel at home, I feel welcomed. And all other family members, I was introduced to them and they're so welcoming, they're so warm, they're so loving. Nabayang phonela, bayang check. But hence I say to you, the void kept growing. I think I just wanted him to make up for the lost time. But he was not going to be able to do that because 28 years is a very long time. But after I dealt with all lesos and dolezo internally, then I made peace with the fact that he was not there for the past 28 years. But I think the least we can do now is to make the best of this person. And then we started communicating and then I went home. I do go to KZN, especially about December. And whatnot. and they understand our food. But we are good now. Yeah, we are in a much better space.
So, umama, nobaba wethu abakhulumi and abeza. Wena ufunde kanjani sign language ngoba angithi khona kumele achaze makathi lokhu ufunde kanjani?
Yes, I think ezinye izinto zisebenza ngoNkulunkulu. Where there is God, uNkulunkulu makes a way. Mina growing up, ngizibone ngithi ngikhuluma nje nomama. Angazi ukuthi kuyenzakale kanjani, and all my kids, all of them, all three of them, they are able to communicate with my mom. Mangingekho ngise Cape Town ngine message ngifuna ukuyindlulisela umama, I'll just call endlini and then they'll pick up the call batshela umama ukuthi ngithini, and then umama baphendule bese bona batshela mina. And we did not go to school like to learn sign language, no, but we're able to communicate with her and fluently nje. I'm telling you.
So umama uzalwa njalo?
Yeah, uzalwa njalo, nobaba uzalwa njalo.
Yo.
Maybe that's why ngikhuluma kangaka, ngikhulumela nabo.
Ukuthi yedwa ngiyazibuza ukuthi kumele ngabe mhlawumbe nawe uzwa or awukwazi ukukhuluma mhlawumbe or kuyi-one ngoba boyi-two abezwa abakhulumi but wena yonke into isebenza kahle.
Ilento engiyishoyo yazi ukuthi there is God and uNkulunkulu icebo lakhe nezindlela zakhe ayifani nezethu, because ngiyezwa kahle ngiyakhona ukukhuluma. I'm sure that is why ngicina sengikhona nokuthi ngisebenzise my voice to fight for other people as well, people engifeel ukuthi ba voiceless, maybe abangekho voice literally like my mother and dad, but you would understand them kuma townships kunabantu abangazi even nangamalungelo abo, people are being abused just because kunezinto abangazazi, but here we are. I believe ukuthi it is the power of God, and abantwana laba engibashoyo bababa laba baseMaritzburg, uma mncane ohlala nobaba eMaritzburg naye akakhuluma kezwe endlebeni, but thina sonke siyakhuluma siyezwa.
Nabantwana baba boyi-two bakhuluma.
Yes, bayakhuluma bayezwa
and bayakwazi ukusebenzisa sign language nabo ba-right. Wow, no msonto uNkulunkulu kuphela ngeke phela. I'm trying to understand land ukuthi isebenza kanjani.
Honestly, I think nobody can explain it, but it is just God, because one would have thought ukuthi mhlambe njengoba umama nalesimo lezi mabathola abantwana bazothola abantwana abanaleso simo nabo, but no, we are not. Sonke nje futhi si-right, siyakhona ukuzwa, siyakhona ukukhuluma, and we're also able to communicate with them.
Yo. So esikoleni uthe bokuphi?
Ngise Nyandeni. Yeah, primary school, and then ngaya eJandrel.
Okay. So lothando le unity politics manje. Kakhulu. Lothando la le nto leyo libuya phi? Sadala ufuna ukuzibona uyile nto leyo into enzeke nje la endleleni nojazi. Athi ngishintshe ngibheke ngapha.
I think I have always been passionate ngokusiza abantu. Njengoba ngichazekile ukuthi ngikhule kanjani, ne? And mawukhula esimeni ongasithandi, uyaye ube nako ukuthi mase ngimdala ngiyafuna ukushintsha isimo sasekhaya, ne? Kodwa not isimo sasekhaya phela, nesimo futhi sabanye abantu, yabona. Njengoba ngichaza ukuthi ekuqaleni ngicabanga ukuthi ngocollector the school shoes I'm assisting, yabona, even though there was a difference engangiyenza because abazali babeza babonga even ekoleni masiya, because besebenzisana with the teachers ba identify abantwana lapha ekoleni, even labo bathola ama sanitary towels, but ufile ukuthi you can do more, yazosisa because ekugcineni kumele kuchange ama systems ukuze abantu bakwazi basizakale, because mawubheka lezi zinto sibanikeza zona, basibanikeza ukudla, sibanikeza ama sanitary towels, sibanikeza icathulo. It's a good deed, but ekugcineni you want to have a system ekwazi ukuthi create job opportunities, we understand, and abantu bakwazi ukuthi ba apply umsebenzi bazisebenzele, you understand. Kunokuthi abantu bahlala ba receive ama handouts. And
so uqale ngale foundation yakho before ungena ku politics?
No. Ngiqale in politics but le nto yokucollecta bengingakabi ne-foundation bengiyicollecta njengokuthi ngize kuwe ngifike ngichazele ukuthi ngu-Angel ngihlala la e-Standard 10 kunabantwana engibaziyo abanganayicathulo or abangana-uniform bengicela ukuthi ungisize omunye asho ukuthi you can come to my company yabona. We will see what we can do. I know a manager that can assist, or there's a department that deals with these things. Then sizenze. Omunye bekasho ukuthi no, I have money, maybe I can assist with 3 pairs. Athenge leyo 3 pairs mhlambe nomunye futhi athenge 1 kuya ngokuthi umuntu uafforda ini. Bese mase sizicollectile mhlambe zi10 or zi14, you will identify that a school ongazimikisa kubona, speak to the teachers. But today abantwana mhlamba by 14, then uphele 14 because you only have 14 as well. Though understand ukuthi esikolweni ngenzeka ukuthi babe more abantwana abasidingayo, but we feel ukuthi that 14 is better than doing nothing at all. Then you do that. Even the sanitary towels, a lot of sanitary towels I collected from my friends because they post on Facebook ngicela ama donations. Others will even come privately. Others baze basho nokuthi no ngicela mina ukuthi noma sobonga abantu ungangimention yabona, don't mention my name, but I love what you are doing and I want to support you. Nazi ama sanitary towels abanye beba donate even ngama box. That was before there was a foundation, but when we did a foundation we just wanted to formalize this whole thing ukuthi ibe formal, sikhona ukuthi sikhipha ama records, sikhona ukuthi noma sifuna ama donations siyazi ukuthi it is this foundation manje ecela ama donations. So excuse me,
mawungena ku politics angiyazi siwenza kanjani. Amanye umsebenzi uyahamba uyafunda and then we apply qualify for le la ukhona mawuqala uqale kanjani?
When I joined politics ngicale ngaba i-activist. Mawe activist abantu abaningi bababiza ngama volunteers, especially these other parties. Ukuthi makune ma programs akhona organization mhlambe kuya campaignwa, you will go your campaigner, makwenziwa launch ama branches, they will tell about launching branches as well. You will do that, and this is one job that I believe ukuthi you learn on the go. Then there was an opportunity ke yokuthi ngibe ikhansela la eLekwa, likely with us with Democratic Alliance. I think you will know ukuthi member DA abantu amabazoba ama councillors siyaba kune process yokuba screen and apply make my interviews because the organization ifuna ukwenza sure ukuthi they have abantu who are fit for purpose. Yes. Then I got an opportunity. I became a councillor. I was a PR councillor. Mangi PR councillor, which was I'm not a ward councillor, but I am a PR councillor. Then that is when
public relations. PR for?
It is public representative.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a public representative, but it's not the ward councillor because my ward councillor that we are responsible for that ward, that particular ward. Anything that happens in that ward, it comes to you. But it does not mean the PR councillor cannot work in your ward. It is only the ward councillor that is supposed to work in their ward that is allocated to them. But for PR councillors, they are also allocated a ward that has a ward councillor. But we are seven zakona na ilapho. Noma ngabe I PR councillor yaku opposition. Like when I joined, umasipala lobeka under ANC angithi. Then ngi PR DA. So abantu bethu nathi besithola labantu laba abangekho happy ngeANC kuwo lama ward lawo yabona bese mhlamba abantu they raise their issues futhi ke back in the days ama issues ala eLekwa bewangekho ngaka. And I feel ukuthi iLekwa has regressed kakhulu compared to when we joined politics, you know. When we joined politics we knew ukuthi if we can fix this top 3 issues esinazo masipala can get back to normal. When I joined politics, most of the issues abantu bebanawo emakhaya kuba ama issue yesuwa. Nakhona you'll get that issue maybe once every 3 months. Yabona bengasintenzeka all the time. Then the biggest sewer issue besinayo bekuyi issue yase Roykopen. You would know every time I drive a Roykopen kuzohlala kune contract abathi ilungisa isewer plant, but there's always sewer that is flowing on the streets. Then those are the issues that we were fighting for. Then basically established by Extension 8. You will remember there's a lot of things that were done wrong in Extension 8. The quality of the houses there was very poor. And now they had a problem with the sewer plant. the issue of water as well. Masiya sebenza ama-oversight aid bothola ukuthi abanye abantu babafakele ama-toilets bafaka lama-pipe ne but ipipe lakhona angithi bayaligubhela bese bayalivala lihamba liphelele mhlambe la ngasemnyango wasekhishini abantu mase banikeza izinto babona mabaloku baflasha ukuthi mase siloku siflasha kuloku kuba manzi laphaya mabalandelela bathola ukuthi lama-pipe lawa aphelela emgwaqeni yes aphelela emgwaqeni kusho ukuthi the contractor that was given the job did not do what they were supposed to do. Then those are the issues again esiqala ukuzipick up sesiqala sesiyala abanye abantu bathola sebagubhile. I think you will remember also kunentombazane a young lady that passed away January because angazi ugesi bawuconnecte kanjani extension 8 magathi uyazama ke angazi somebody bathatha gubhe lapha azozazomlungisela magathinta lentambo because nayo ihamba phansi yamshaya washona. So those were the issues esasinazo ama-issues ebengekho ngaka honestly ama-issues ebengekho ngaka and then kwabe sesekudeka ama-issues lawa ase-Ward 5 you know about them amanzi ukuthiwa kune-reservoir eyakhiwa but yangakhiwa kahle that side and then abantu base-extension 2 Palama crossroad nasemapheshini bagcina sebangasenamanzi ne but then bawazi ukuthi when you start fighting for issues those are the areas obufocus kuzo not ukuthi kulezi ezinye izindawo bekunganama issues but bothola ukuthi when you're in town we issue ama potholes but nakhona ama potholes akhona ayisesemancane yabona ube nawo ukuthi no man maybe we can pack issue ama potholes for now let us make sure ukuthi isuwa is fixed eroyikopeng ukuze abantu bakhona ukinhaler umoya alright because we're also worried about kids abantwana they thinking this is just water abanye bathola bahamba ngamanzi on the raw sewer you understand and that may affect their lives their health as well. Then you go to extension 8 you go to Ward 5 and yeah today we are sitting with a big problem we have never had and njengami mina ngizalelwe la so seeing this town regressing ngalendlela le and at this rate it is very heartbreaking because it is a town ultimately ufeel ukuthi it should give us hope especially where we are located Lekwa we are located between KZN ne Gauteng then we do have influx as well from Embalenhle Emelo nase Friede maybe nabantu ababuya ePlatrand but abanye base Platrand futhi can be going to Falcrest Newcastle should it is KZN. One would have thought ukuthi mele kube khona economic activity that is taking place ukuthi you would know mawama holidays akudluleki lomgwaqo lo R23 even now we don't even we are unable to get to town easily because of traffic you understand then you would think ukuthi kuzoba khona into njengoba besithemba ukuthi kuzoba ne-mall thinking ukuthi labantu mabadlula la they will come and buy here kwenze sure ukuthi economy yethu iyasustain badlule noma sebabuya futhi babuyele emakhaya because siphakathi nendawo so in a way bayadlulela nje ayikho into enzakalayo we have been promised the mall for many years and nothing happened under the ANC nothing happened under the party that was recently removed as well from council. And what was even more heartbreaking, Chila, indaba yamanzi. We cannot live without water. We cannot live without water. You know, at times, Mausa show deliver my speeches. It does not hit as bad as it does. Mase uibona. You know, it was very frustrating for me to come home because it's a kayala. And there is no way ngahlala ngingezi. And another thing, if my family is here, you cannot expect your family to suffer ungabi khona. You're expecting ukuthi when you fight for other people as well, you know what you are fighting for them. I would come home, especially for the past 4 months, ngifike la kunganamanzi. And you try to get answers nobody knows before big blame in load shedding. But load shedding aysekho severe manje. Sometimes ugesi ungahambi for about 5 days. But kulo 5 days thina sinamanzi for 5 days. And when you try to get answers, nobody is responding. There was a time that we did not have water for 6 days. I think for 5 consecutive weeks. If ayavuleka mhlawumbe uzovuleka Sunday, you will go 6 consecutive days without water. And use up all the water that you would have stored in the containers. Amanye amanzi uzowacela kuba neighbors, ama neighbors amanye nawo ayeza azocela amanzi, then you realize ukuthi where are we? Uyayibona, and sekuze kuwes masikhule thina there were communal taps njengasekhaya amanzi sasiwakhale ekhoneni. Singanawo nogesi, uyakhumbula ugesi uqala kuba khona after in 1994, but at least we knew ukuthi amanzi ahlala khona mawuya lapha ekhoneni yokha amanzi uzowathola clean
ngoba phela nawo kunye senzeka bekhona kodwa awabi clean
and awabi clean all the time. Awesila ama water tankers, and we have raised the issue yakhona ne. I remember early this year, February, I had a meeting with the Department of Water and Sanitation from the province after I reported. Kodwa ngalesikhathi ngangisareport amanzi ase extension 8 namanzi ase ward 5 ePhalama nase Crossroad extension 2 nemapheshini yabona. Then mabeza they indicated that they've done some study. They believe kune reservoir that needs to be fixed and whatnot, ne? And when we had that meeting, I raised the issue of the quality of our water. A meeting in Gokona, one of the managers Zagamaspala, I won't mention him, igama lakhe. She was told, Uguti, every time when a water tanker goes to draw water, where they draw water, before isuga, the water quality must be tested before isuga to ascertain ukuthi la manzi abawadeliver ebantwini amanzi right na. And I believe ukuthi they only agreed in that meeting, but that was never done because even the water siwathole empompini they are dirty namanzi obviously ke lawa ama-trucks ke wona ours ours, but I think i-community gcina seyingasena choice yabona ukuthi there's nothing we can do kunokuthi ngihlale nginganamanzi. And makunganamanzi abantu abadala beba-complaina. It was very heartbreaking, you know. Njengami ngikhulisa ugogo ne, ugogo ubeka nokugula nje kwakhe kwabantu abadala yabona. Ngelinye ilanga ngathi une-arthritis, ngesinye isikhathi kuzoba ngathi amadolo, and ugogo had asthma as well, and ubephuza amaphilisi e-asthma, spray say asthma, we understand. So I knew every day ugogo makavuka kumele avuke ageze adle aphuza amaphilisi wakhe waphuza ka-3 ngelanga. During the day it's the same thing, ntambama futhi it is the same thing. And today umasipala makanganikeza abantu for 6 days, for weeks or for months, for about 3 to 4 months, uthi kwenzakaleni abantu abanamanzi okuphuza, abagogo abanamanzi okuphuza amaphilisi. I'm not saying abagogo kuphela abaphuza amaphilisi, but sijwayele ukuthi abantu abadala mase bakhulile kakhulu bayaphuza amaphilisi, but kukhona nabantu abasha abaphuza amaphilisi for ezinye izinto. Mhlawumbe umuntu une-flu yakhe or whatever, and we need water to cook, to drink as well. Water is life. And ekugcineni nakuna communication ezayo. But I do believe ukuthi isikhathi esibhekene naso si-challenging kakhulu, but ayikho into engeke ize ingakwazi ukulungiseka. Angeke sizehluleke ukuyilungisa. These are the issues ezizoqhubeka sizilwele until we get them right, because I believe it is very important that we rebuild the Lekwa. And even if we are no longer doing it for us, but we are doing it for everyone that is coming behind us. We have kids, you know, our kids are looking up to us, and over and above that, you want to leave them in a functioning constituency or municipality, and you also want to leave them in a functioning country as well. And it will take, obviously, all of us. We have a role to play. Ukushintsha impilo zethu akusumsebenzi ama-politician. Sonke sine role esidlalayo. Nawe kuspace sakho lesokuso njengoba ku-entertainment, you can be the voice without even having to promote a certain political party, but abantu bayadinga ukuthi bavulwe amehlo, bazi ngamalungelo abo. Umuntu azi ukuthi manganamanzi akekho umuntu ongenzela ifavor ukuthi angilethele amanzi, ilungelo lami ukuthi ngibe namanzi. Because into engiyibonile abantu sebasaba nokukhuluma, they're no longer even complaining. Mhlambe bafila ngazathi ukuthi bathole ama basic services kunomuntu bayenzela umusa. It's not a favor, ilungelo labo. So kubalekile ukuthi siphinde sibele ebantwini so create awareness ngalezo zinto lezo ukuze baqhubeke futhi bathole their voices, because abantu ababephila before, if they were not strong and if they did not use their voice, I don't even think ukuthi South Africa ngabe ila ikhona namhlanje. So we need to go back so fana nalaba bantu, use our voice, use our power as well, we ballot and change the government if needs be. Yeah, change the government if needs be.
Well, what is your position?
What do you mean?
Position yakho yini?
Okay, I'm a member of parliament, ne? Gwi National Assembly, kusebenzele Cape Town.
Okay.
And then mine is a Cape Town, ngihlala kwi portfolio committee, home affairs. Maybe you will see sometime post about home affairs ngibabonga, or mhlambe sometimes ngicomplain noma nginento engile ngicomplain ngayo. What we do, masise parliament, siku portfolio committee. Njengoba ngisho singa home affairs, but at the same time futhi ngiyi shadow minister yaka home affairs. Then what happens, portfolio committee, every Tuesday we meet at 9 in the morning with I'm a member portfolio committee. I'm a member portfolio committee. I'm a members of our political parties are different. Njengathi sinabantu be-ANC, sine EFF, there's us, there is IFP as well, ikhona, because maningi ama portfolios, amanye ama party bayawa divide futhi baye kwamanye ama portfolio bese kuedwa futhi nala inhlangano lezi ezincane. I think you would know kuneyinhlangano ezinama seat maybe nga2, maybe your ATM and your UDM. Then what's happening in the portfolio committee, i Department of Home Affairs or DG and the DDGs beza no minister bazosinikeza a report, whether about a performance yabo or progress that they have made or on whatever presentation that they would have prepared. And then what we do, we go through that report, then we interrogate it. Makube kunezinto la sifuna khona i-clarity, we ask them for i-clarity. Makube futhi kunala sibona khona ukuthi state sabo asikho right, we tell them. I think you would normally see, I love working on the ground again, Mina, because what is nice about working on the ground, when you raise issues ozibonile wena ngamehlo akho, not ama issues owezwa ngabantu. You understand? Because I remember at some point there's an issue ngangiraise Eastern Cape. When we went there, load shedding was still quite hectic. They did not even have a generator. Nama systems aka home affairs offline most of the time, abantu bangasizakali. Mofike parliament babuza, but everything is in good working order, there is a generator. Then we're able to say no, that is not true. I was there last week and this is what I discovered, and this is the report that I have sent to the secretary. Then bese bayenza ama follow-ups. I think it is through intervention nokuba active kwama members e portfolio committee ayenza ukuthi lama department lawa a function. Fana Department of Home Affairs ayikakafiki la esifuna ukuthi ibe khona, but I do believe ukuthi there's a huge improvement compared to la esithole khona. And we also have very good managers, office managers that are very cooperative. Njengathi like hi. So no Babu Slinda is he loves his job. He's very effective, At times I send him my cases nami engibona ukuthi okay, this one is very complicated and angazi ngisebenze ngayo before, but I know ukuthi umuntu mangithumele office standard 10 uzobuya sizakele without even having to take it to a head office. But then you also find my office here where obviously you will have to take the matter to UDG or UDDG, mhlambe civic services or immigration. They will then take it to a province. A provincial managers at Dilengayo, I let go manager. Then the reporting will go the same route until the matter is resolved. And then la Lekwa ni constituency head. It will mean I wouldn't say I'm doing oversight. I'm doing oversight amongst the parliament. My constituency head, I work with my colleagues bakuti la Lekwa nasemsuka Lekwa. Now khona ngi-constituency head, just to make sure ukuthi ama-programs e-party nabawakhiphayo bayawayenza, nabo bayasubmit ama-plans, because asebenzi makungama-elections kuphela. Kithi nje it's elections every day, sihlezi sinama-campaign. I think bobona manje besiposta ngalento le ukuthi the cost of living is too high.
Yeah.
It's very expensive to buy even your bag of maize meal. amaqanda manje wabonile kanjani amafutha. There was a time like kusasiqulekisa khona, and at some point we were fighting for fuel as well. Fuel ayikazi ifike la ekhona today. So those are some of the issues that we are driving at the moment, and you will see us posting at times even petitions where we'll need people to sign. And ngiyadinga futhi ukuthi nis-assist with your voice. Abantu abasayina lawo petition akusho ukuthi useyimember ye-DA uthi mabathi ukudla kuyadura nami ngiyakubona, mabathi fuel iyadura nami ngiyayibona. But over and above that, makube bayababona abantu be-DA ukuthi bayasebenza, there's also nothing wrong with them becoming members of the DA, because the only way to get a government esebenzayo, it is when you vote and you vote correctly. And if you don't vote correctly, you will get the government that you voted for. And it's abantu mabasibeka kwi-opposition sizoloku silo kwi-opposition angeke size sibadube ukuthi yathina abasivotelanga siyabayekela manje umsebenzi wethu still kumele ngiqhubeke ngenza umsebenzi wami, but sizocomplaina kuze kube yinini, more especially if they can see ukuthi thina we govern better. We govern better. You can even go right now, check our statistics of the best performing municipalities. We top 10, you will find our masipala be-DA. And ekudala sasithi masenze example nge-Cape Town, abantu bathenze example nge-Cape Town ngoba isekudeni yabona angeke baze bakhona nokubona. Ngo-2021 i-LCF masinikeza lo masipala, i-DA iwina umasipala emngeni la e-KZN, imeya khona uChris Pappas, i-deputy yakhe uSandile Mnikazi. 2 young individuals from the Democratic Alliance, they've turned around that municipality within 2 years. Lendins we LCF la udlala. Those guys have turned around that municipality within 2 years. Waqala kwaba nama services, they fixed some potholes, they established a relationship with some farmers, the businesses, ukuze benze sure ukuthi baya create employment. They did the skills audit as well, mabaqeda ukungena. Ukwenza sure ukuthi kulama officer kamasipala wonke umuntu ohleli lapha kule itulo okulama officer kuwo qualified na ukuthi abe lapha yana, because another problem esinayo ukuthatha abantu abangekho qualified sibabeke ehlalweni thizeni, sizoba ne problem ngoba labantu laba angeke bakhona ukuthi ba deliver. And ngathi mangifunda ku newspaper, there was a number of officials that resigned because were advertised ama positions waba ngithi it's possible ukuthi they realized that they don't even qualify, they resigned voluntarily. Watholakala abantu aba-right, umasipala loyana uyasebenza, and osekumnandi sothola abantu base-KZN kuyibo aba-defender uChris Pappas ne-DA makunezinto ezinegative or ezibhalwa abantu be-ANC, because manje babhizi bathi bafuna amaholo. People were like, you've been in government for the past 29 years, why ningawakhanga la maholo? Siyambona uPappas ungenile una 2 years kuphela, but umehluko wenzile mkhulu because abantu bavotile bavote kahle, umehluko bayawubona.
La yini problem la standard zone esilikwa nje, why abantu bebaphethe before besikhala ongena abanye sase siyakhala inkinga like
ngendlela mina engibona ngayo, it is my view le engizoyisho manje. I believe sithola abantu abangenalo uthando lalo masipala. Sithola abantu abangenalo uthando lwabantu bala eLekwa, and sithola abantu abangenalo uthando lomsebenzi abawenzayo, and futhi abangawuhlonipha abahlali, abangahlonipha umasipala, abangawuhlonipha umsebenzi owenzayo. Umsebenzi owenzayo mawuhlonipha ufuna ukuthi noma uhambe with pride. While answering your question, I just want to take you kwenye issue. With DA, everywhere where we govern, asina even mayor A1 thina nama bodyguards. You know why? Siyazi ukuthi siyasebenza. Even i-leader yethu ayina ama bodyguards, because awukwazi ukuthi khathi ufuna amavoti abantu uyakhona ukuthi ebantwini sebakuvotelile sofuna abantu baprotect against bona njani. Like make it make sense, Sheila. Make it make sense, because mangisafuna amavoti bengizizela mina ngizokhuluma nani ukuthi ngizokwenzela ukuthi imphakathi wenza ithembisa ngithi base bakuvotelile sofuna ama bodyguard, kusho ukuthi lo mphakathi obokhuluma nayo sokuvotela so dangerous kuwe. Inkinga esinayo la ukuthi abantu abanendaba nalo masipala, and ubona nangokuthi mase bangenile Makunezinto ezisebenzayo ubheke manje njengoba bengikhuluma ngamanzi kangaka issue yamanzi ingihethile nje I'm still hurt even right now noma ngivula impompa amanzi ngiwabona angikholwa ngiyawathola manje kaningi amanzi but I still don't believe it because of the trauma engibe nayo. But every time when you open the tap you have the tap and it's just like a flower in a pot because the tap is there but when you open it it's not doing what it's supposed to. Bese kwenzakalani bathumela ama-water tankers. There were allegations ukuthi lama water tankers A1 bebhadala 206,000 ne and you ask yourself ukuthi if kunemali engaka ekhona ukubhadala at some point by6 abayi8 abayi9 then you multiply that 206,000 by the number of trucks ezikhona ngaleso sikhathi makunemali ekhona ukubhadala ama water tankers why le mali inga redirectwa to fix the root cause of the problem because if you do that it will mean you are having a long-lasting solution. Now, besine by-election Ward 4, Ward 4 in Mayerville, Enyogeni. Massive in Mayerville, and lots of houses, they don't have water in their taps. And lots of residents, they cannot access water in their taps. They wait for water tankers. Why even areas that have never struggled with water before are now struggling with water? It does not make sense. And it then looks like people, they are creating a problem so that they can loot the money from the municipality under the name of saying we are trying to and they're not even fixing the problem because if people have water tankers, they have taps in their homes and you decide to bring water tankers, you are not fixing a problem. It is a temporary solution which is well acknowledged while you're still fixing the other one. But if you're going to have water tankers roaming on our streets for 4 to 6 months without any plan for a lasting solution, then it means there's something wrong. Yeah, somebody has forgotten why they're in that office.
According to Bona, yini inkinga ngamanzi? Why bafuna ukusinikeza amanzi kwenzakalani?
I don't know.
Phela manje mangaphumla khona la wrong khona.
Ekuqaleni what happened, I think what I find to be also very challenging is the fact that the administration ebeyikhona, they were not honest. They are not honest people. Let me support my statement. Last year around November, I was fighting for the issue yabantu base extension 2 nase Palama le Ward 5 ne because babenganamanzi for more than 10 years. Yes, it is a problem eyenzeke under the ANC government. But remember, when people voted for LCF, they were voting for change. So they were not voting for people to say, yeah, but listen, Kingas is inherited under ANC. Batheni bantwini khathi bayofuna amavote abashanga bazezilungisa. Then manje why do they want to sit and do absolutely nothing and then keep on blaming the ANC? Then there was in Newsroom Africa. I will look for this video. I can share it with you. They came, they interviewed myself and ba interviewer nabahlali abantu basho munye indicate umhlali lapha yana ukuthi una ne laundry. But ayisakhona ukusebenza because idinga amanzi. Ama saloons, they are closing down. You know more salon, the first thing we expect you to ugezwe ikhanda. Or but ekugcineni ngeke uphume ikhanda lingagezwanga. Those business, they are small businesses and they rely solely on water and people live out of those businesses. Executive mayor babam interviewer wathi sinenkinga ye load shedding and i load shedding yenza ukuthi kungabi namanzi lapha. And I remember the issue yase extension 2 Palama nase Crossroad, there's got nothing to do with the load shedding. Kushukuthi he was running away from the real issue, or he did not even have a plan. You would say, how are they going to address the issue there? That is why I then took the matter up to water and sanitation. Hence, in terms of February, we had a meeting with them. They advised with the study, they're going to fix the reservoir. The project should have started around June. We are in November now. I will follow up and check to see how far are they with fixing those challenges. Now, we had another issue of water. I think this issue started around March, April. and then it got worse. And the whole township, it does not make sense. The whole of Lekwa does not have water. Even Mochenzone does not have water, and they have taps. It just that even areas, back in the days, I know the areas that will also struggle with water, they would say because they are high-lying area. When they pump the water pressure does not reach those areas because they are high. So it made sense. But now we are not even getting water in the low-lying areas without any explanation. We then organized a march as a Democratic Alliance. We had our provincial leader in the march, our provincial chairperson, and we also had my colleague Leon Passon, who is the Minister of Water and Sanitation. Then what we wanted to do was to raise the matter locally. That is why we had that protest. And then our provincial leader, James Sitole, is going to take the matter to the legislature in Nelspruit to ensure that the matter is being dealt with by the relevant MEC. And Leon Passon is also taking the matter to Parliament. Mayor, when he was interviewed, his comment, it really broke my heart. I really don't want to lie. It is a comment, analyzer. I found it to be saying, I do not know what is happening in Lekwa, and I do not care. And if you want to interview me, I'll give you any answer that I want to give to you just because I want to appear on TV. He said, will interview abantu base extension 2 a crossroad nase Palama. They have not had water for more than 10 years. What DA is doing now, they're playing cheap politics. And over and above that, they're playing on people's emotions. We know by now, every time when they want to protest, they go and fetch those people from a Palama, a crossroad, then extension 2, because they know they have not had water for more than 10 years. Use ayazi futhi leyo nkinga. Akathanga i-load shedding ngoNovember kwi-Newsroom Africa. Namhlanje because sekunenkinga kwezinye indawo uyiphushela lapha but useyayazi but aka-acknowledge ukuthi kune problem. Mina, I expected a leader who will say the issues, and remember before they even aired what our provincial leader said in that march, they went and interviewed residents. Omunye mama wathi ngimdala, I can't even fetch water from the trans, sicela basilungisele lento yamanzi. Omunye even said, even if I can invite you into my home right now, you're not even going to be able to drink the tea that I'm going to give to you because I cannot flush the toilet. The whole house now is smelling. So is the mayor saying those residents are also playing cheap politics? One would expect a leader to acknowledge the issues that are being raised by the residents and the Democratic Alliance, they are genuine. And the issues or the cause of these issues, we have done our study or we've done our investigation. This is what we have found to be the problem. If it's water pumps, they will indicate. If the problem is with the water treatment plant, if I don't know what is the challenge, I'm just assuming because there was at some point they mentioned there was a problem with their water pumps. He should have went deeper in elaborating what are the issues. Secondly, indicate what are the proposed solutions, and indicate how far are they in terms of ensuring that they are implementing the proposed solutions, maybe from the investigation that was done, because obviously there will be recommendations. That is what you would expect from a head of the municipality who knows what is happening in the municipality that he is governing. But we did not get that from him. So, Mina, it just gave me into 80. He doesn't know what is happening. He doesn't care about the community of Mayerville that do not have access to water. He doesn't know about the community of Khanyile that do not have access to water. That is why he's just giving us whatever response that comes first to his mind.
Manje njengoba arimuviwe isebenza kanjani, kwenzakaleni lapho kuleyo meeting, isebenza kanjani into nikhipha kanjani? Umasipala
wethu ayikho i-political party ethole i-majority yini. Umasipala wethu onama seats out 30 kwi-council kunama seats out 30 u50% baka 30 u15 So ukuze ube ku-majority kumele uthole 15 plus 1 kusho ukuthi 16 ne. Then if abantu bakuvotelile naba nama-seats ayi-16 or more kusho ukuthi you are governing the municipality or you won the elections. So what happened? Nobody won the elections. We all got the seats that we got because even ANC in a 13 seats, 13 is not 16. Mine in a 13, LCF in a 6, Sina 4, EFF in a 3, ATM in a 1, I think FF plus in a 2. Mawahlanganisa wonke about 8. But mawahlanganisa opposition yonke aba 17. Meaning what? Meaning the opposition in a ngibizi opposition because umasipala under ANC against so now we thought bazoba opposition, but all these other parties ezingaphi eceleni ezingekho ezingasi ANC mawuhlanganisa amasidi wabo bonke aba 17 bese ANC isala no 13 wabo. Then the executive mayor approached different political parties, us as well, ecela ukunikezwa opportunity ukuthi agavene umasipala. Nasi siyingukuthi uyo nama-seat awu-6 ne alandelwe yithi with about 4 seats kusho ukuthi abantu baseLekwa bavotele yena bafuna yena though angatholanga outright majority, and because we believed ukuthi he's going to do a better job than what the ANC is doing, excuse me, as a party we took a stance ukuthi we will never vote with the ANC and we will never vote with the EFF, but we can give him his support. But giving him his support, we were also not in a coalition with them. A coalition, what happens when you're in a coalition? Never part of the executive, ne? Or we should say you are part of the decision makers. So abantu abaku executive, LCF, EFF, you know, one of them I think begayi chief whip, omunye begayi MMC. Ne ATM, EFF plus, ne DA, we were not in a coalition with them. But we supported the mayor of the LCF because we believed with him, surely, if he's going to do a better job than the ANC. He's going to make sure that he works hard to change the lives of the people in this municipality. Then we said, yes, we will support the executive mayor of the LCF. We voted with him, fine. And then when we go into council, we would then vote with them on an item-to-item basis. I don't know if you've seen a council agenda before. Even a number, ne? We would discuss item 1, item 1, bazokhuluma we are going to hand over EQ to abantu base extension 8 angithi ceda kwakhiwa ama RDP. Mhlambi item 2 sifuna ukuthatha imali njengale mali abayithathile bakudlala ngayo eDurban njengoba bekunama games. I think they're saying they've spent close to 1 million or more than 1 million rands ukuyodlala ama games eDurban. But spend the 7 days in hotels. They were paying hotels, paying for food, paying for transport as well. For Umasipala that is ailing like Lekwa, those games should not have happened in the first place. Coming back to the agenda, our councillors, they told us ukuthi they did oppose that thing with abantu bahambe bayodlala eDurban for 1 million, like dlala nge million, like kumasipala wethu onganamanzi abantu bayodlala nje nge million. To me it does not make sense. They should have taken those funds, redirect them to something that is a benefit to community. Community of Mayerville do not have access to water. Community in Khanyile, almost every household does not have access to water. Extension 8, I still get calls even today, people complaining about water. They should have taken those funds, redirect them to something that was going to benefit the community. Right. Then on that item, because we're not in agreement with them, we opposed it. But it does not mean it was not going to go through because numbers. It is always a game of numbers. They can call for a division. They can say, let us vote. If those who voted in support, let's say they are 16, then they are 26, and it is only the 4 that is opposing, then definitely the motion will pass. But even for that matter to be brought before council, I don't understand it. MMCs. It is just beyond me. How did they sit in a meeting and say this is the matter that we're going to add in the agenda? Speaker what this is an item that we need to come to council in an ailing municipality like this one. Mohamba uthatha i-trip 30 minutes. Izothatha i-hour because you spend 30 minutes trying to maneuver, trying to get out of Standerton because of potholes. Another issue that we realized was becoming more problematic for us. It was the fact that the LCF was failing, and their failures were now tainting us as well, because I'm a very proud member of the Democratic Alliance, because I know the work we do everywhere we are, every member of the DA, every public representative. We always make sure that we do what is best for members of the community. When you've been following me for quite some time on social media, I've had a lot of people even saying, "Bebaqala ukuzwa iLekwa imentionwa eParliament because of me." You understand? I was raising all the issues that were affecting us, and we cannot today allow our brand to be damaged simply because we are supporting ELCF, and we are saying we want to support ELCF just because I saw a lot of headlines saying the DA wants to bring back the ANC. This is not about bringing back the ANC or doing whatever. It is about acknowledging that the LCF has failed and the LCF must be removed. And we have never said we are going to support the LCF at all costs. No. That was not what we had in mind. That was not what we voted for. Tina, when we voted with the LCF, we were voting with a party or the executive mayor whom we believed was going to make the lives of these residents better. You can't stay in a town where even a hospital does not have access to water. It does not make sense. People who are in the hospital, they are sick already, and you are still denying them access to water. And that is what we are expected to support. People in the township, they do not have access to water. That is what we are expected to support. And over and above that, the executive mayor was part of the people that went into the games that were being played at Durban when they were spending that million rands. And is that what we are expected to support? We will never do that. We will never do that. That is why we came at the decision that the LCF must be removed, and we want this municipality to be placed under administration, because we believe that if we can have an administrator back, the administrator is going to stabilize this municipality. We have never said we wanted the ANC to come back, and we will never in any way vote with the ANC. We will never vote with the EFF. All we want is for this municipality to be placed under administration until it is stabilized.
Which means there ain't been a mayor until then.
No, there'll be no mayor until then. But that decision can be made by the MEC, I think, and the minister as well. So as the Democratic Alliance, balili ncwadi sabhalela i-office laga MEC wekhota, samcela ukuthi afake umasipala under administration, and we have asked Leon Basson as well ukuthi asincede. You know, another thing that I always tell members of the community, just it's quite difficult to reach out to everyone and to make them see a bigger picture. The great thing about voting for a big political party is the fact that we have a footprint in all these legislatures. Like now, ama-councillors wethu, they have tabled the motion of no confidence against the LCF, and it was successful. That happened where? At a local level. Now, our colleagues, like I have indicated, our provincial leader, Jane Sitole, is written the letter to the MEC of Kokta to place the municipality under administration. And Leon Basson is also assisting us with the Minister of Kokta as well to ensure that Municipality is placed under administration. So when you vote for a bigger party, it means that when your issue is not resolved at a local level, then you are able to take the next step, which is to approach the next higher office. That should be your legislature. If you don't get any joy there, then you escalate the matter further. But if you have a party that is only concentrated locally, it will mean issues wako. They will only be driven at a local level, but then how are they going to escalate them to provincial level? Because abanama representatives, you understand? Because you need somebody that is going to speak for you there.
I know. I know. Clear. clear. Benginga-understand kahle lapho ukuthi like ususo kanjani nepower kanjani nina lapho ukuthi ngingamsusa kanti akabekwa nge-community yabo, so now it's clear. Yeah, so manje yebo. But no, it's clear siyabonga kakhulu. Hey, I'm sure now manje uyasho the interview isapheli ukhathele ukukhuluma.
No, umsebenzi wami ukukhuluma. Mina ngakhuluma nje kuze
uyakhuluma.
Umsebenzi wami ukukhuluma. But thank you so much. Thank you. I truly appreciate the opportunity. And yeah, I just hope ukuthi people will learn from this, and over and above that, people will now understand ukuthi, more especially the last part and the way clarify. I feel ukuthi it is a method that is I don't want to say sensitive, but we are having people who are having different views on this matter. Because I have received lots and lots of SMSs and WhatsApps, people saying it's a good thing that you remove that useless mayor, that useless party, those people are not doing anything for us. And others saying we've never had water challenges and now we are having bigger problems. And they were complaining about a number of issues. I even have those WhatsApp on my phone. Then you have people who are saying, yeah, now what the DA is doing, they want to bring the ANC through the back door and whatnot. Us removing Mayor where LCF had absolutely nothing to do with the ANC. In any decision that we are taking, we will never consider working with the ANC. Yes, we are worried about the ANC, and our only concern is to remove the ANC from the government. Even right now, we believe we see ANC is polling below 50%. During my elections at 2024, our only focus is to remove the ANC from the government, but not to bring back the ANC through any door, and not to bring back the ANC in any municipality. That is why we now even have a bigger goal to remove the ANC from the national government, because we believe they have failed. They have. No, the writing is on the wall. I don't even want to go there, but they have failed. We need a party that is going to ensure, and that party is the Democratic Alliance, that is going to ensure that it rebuilds. So we need a party that will rebuild Lekwa and all other municipalities in our country, in all our provinces as well. But over and above that, we need a party that is going to ensure to rebuild South Africa. It pains me. Ngidlula abantu engikhule nabo in almost each and every corner babeminyawuphi.
Yes.
Abantu engikhule nabo, we understand, ebesithi masikhula sidlala sixoxelane ngamaphupho ethu. Yebo, ngenzeka sonke sigcine singafikanga kuwo or sigcine sithathe indlela different, but you also understand the role that is being played by a rate of unemployment in our communities. You understand that it is very sad. And what I have picked up, some of us masisibona ngazathi iminyango yethu iyavuleka siba right. Laba aba iminyango yabo engakavulekanga, sifila ngazathi sine right yokuthi singapoint ama fingers at them. Sifila ngathi sine right yokuthi ngathi singabakhohlwa. And we must remember ukuthi we are our brothers and our sisters keeper. Thina masikhula besazi ukuthi it takes a village to raise a child, because you would know where you have struggled. No musizo songalutholanga, but eventually one day maybe one good Samaritan once in a while will come through for you. That is why we have nama initiatives now manje. We're trying to relieve lezo zinto lezo ukuthi abantu abangahlupheki babodwa sikhona kunezinto esingazenza. But honestly, for us to have a country esebenzayo, siyadinga inhlangano ezokwazi ukuthi yakhe amathuba emisebenzi, and abantu bathola amathuba equal bebonke. Kubuhlungu kubona abantu bangaka bangasebenzi, kubuhlungu. But ngiyabonga kakhulu.
Yeah, nokubonga mina yo ngisazolalela kahle la mangi-edit. No, thank you very much. Ngijabule kakhulu namhlanje. Finally, siqinisa ukuthi la flavor fethu ngeke sekiright.